Up 3 places to number 9. So either way, Tommy Sugiarto will enter the top 10 on the Destination Dubai rankings. Well, as far as the men's singles is concerned, we only had 6 of the 8 seeds through to the quarter-final stage. 1 seed lost in the first round. Kashyap Parupalli lost to Lee Chong-wei, former world number 1 and former champion here. And Srikanth Kadambi, the number 5 seed, lost in the last 16, and he lost to the man that's in today's final, Tommy Sugiarto. And isn't that nice to see 4 different nations involved at semi-final stage? Yeah, it really is a wonderful city, Odense. Ancient city, famous, of course, as the birthplace of Hans Christian Andersen, famous author of children's fairy tales. Yeah, and we enjoyed a very nice meal last night, didn't we, in the old part of town. We walked along one of the little cobbled streets in a lovely old restaurant. It was absolutely marvellous. It is a lovely city. I think prior to the women's singles final, didn't I make a bit of a blunder? Didn't I say that she was the only defending champion, Li Shuai? Of course, yeah. I was talking nonsense. You're supposed to put me
Chen
right.
Long is also defending champion.
Chen Long. 2-time defending champion, having won 3 previous titles, but 2 consecutive. 2011, he beat Lee Chong-wei, as indeed he did in 2013. In 2014, he beat Song-won Ho of Korea. Okay, so with Chen Long going for his 3rd consecutive title. Little quiz for you, Steen. Who was the last player to win 3 consecutive titles in the men's singles here at the Denmark Open?
Paul Ekhoyer.
Well done. Very, very good.
He had a couple of good years where he won actually 3 tournaments in a row. Dutch, German, and Denmark. I think he won 2 times in a row, all 3 tournaments.
Yeah. When he won here, 1993, 94, and 95. So can this man, Chen Long, emulate the BWF president, Paul Erik Boye Larsen, and win 3 consecutive titles? Of course, the great Morten Frost of Denmark won 7 consecutive titles here from 1980.
And winner of the Yonex Sunrise Vietnam Open, from Indonesia, Tommy Sugiarto.
Excuse my chuckle. Winner of the Vietnam Grand Prix earlier this year, and indeed the Russian Grand Prix, but I think perhaps his World Championship bronze medal would have been a nice way to introduce Tommy Sugiarto into the arena, because of course it was here in Denmark last year that he won his World Championship medal, and he lost in the semi-final stage to his opponent of today. So our court officials for this final: Henrik Voss and Lars Sein from Denmark, both from Denmark. Tommy Sugiarto, there he is, the 27-year-old born in West Jakarta. His opponents, Chen Long, 26, from Hubei province in China. Well, who won the toss there, Steen? Did you notice?
No, I didn't.
Because whoever won it...
They chose side.
Chose sides, yes. We didn't think the drift was that significant, but obviously the players, these small details, very important.
And I actually always think you should choose sides because there's no point in choosing service. I mean, you can score points no matter who serves.
Exactly. Under the old scoring system where you had to be serving to score a point, then there was an obvious reason behind the choice to serve. Well, Chen Long's had a remarkable year so far. This is his 7th final in 10 tournaments played. He is the world #1. He's won all 6 previous finals that he's played so far this year, 4 of them being Super Series. No wonder his win-loss record is so good there. Quarter-final, he beat Wei Nan, who in the last 16 beat the former champion and former world #1, Lee Chong-wei. Needed 3 games there, as indeed he needed in the semi-final yesterday against number 6 seed Victor Axelsen. In fact, Chen Long was 8-12 down in that deciding game against Axelsen and then won 11 straight points to go 19-12 up. Tommy Sugiarto, number 12 in the world ranking at the moment. He has been as high as 3, total of 9 weeks at number 3. Never previously beyond the second round here at the Denmark Open. His win-loss record for the year, those 2 titles I was mentioning in Russia and Vietnam, and only 1 previous Super Series semi-final, let alone a final. So as far as his path through to today's final, well, isn't that impressive? All of his matches in 2 straight games, and very, very tough route too. Sho Sasaki is a very experienced Japanese player, and then the number 5 seed Shrikant Kidambi, then the number 2 seed Jano Jorgensen, the 2010 winner, and then in the semi-final yesterday against Chao Tien-chen of Chinese Taipei, needed a 4th match point before he closed out that semi-final victory. Well, for Tommy Sugiarto, that is not good reading, is it? But it was 2013 first round of the Indonesia Super Series where Tommy Sugiarto had his only victory over Chen Long. The last time they played was in the semi-finals of the World Championships that I was talking about here in Denmark last year. So our court officials, both from Denmark. Oh, for Tommy Sugiarto, this is his 4th Super Series tournament final and also 2nd Premier Super Series tournament final because he was beaten finalist in the Malaysian Premier Super Series last year. Lost that final to Lee Chong-wei. He has won 1 Super Series tournament, Tommy Sugiarto, as an unseeded player, 2013, Singapore.
On my left, Chen Long, China. Chen Long to serve. Love all. Play.
So the men's singles final. The 3-time winner of this event, Chen Long, the world #1, the 2-time world champion. Nearest to us against the unseeded Tommy Sugiarto. And of course, we've already had an unseeded player win one of the Super Series events earlier this year. Kento Momota in Singapore. 3 unseeded players last year winning Super Series events in the men's singles. Shrikant in China Premier, Chao Tien-chen in the French, and Lin Dan in the Australian. I suppose that stat about unseeded players winning the men's singles Super Series titles just shows how much strength in depth there is in the men's singles discipline.
Yeah, it has come during the last 10, 12 months, the way I see it, because before that I thought it was pretty one-sided, that it was either Chen Long, Lee Chong-wei, or if Lin Dan was playing, it was about these three, the tournament victory, but that's not the case anymore.
2, 1.
Yeah, very good point.
And in fact, I think Tommy Sugiarto here, if we look at the men's singles in this Yonex Denmark Open, he's, to me, the biggest surprise because he looks in really, really good shape. Has often been bugged by injury, but he seems totally fit and quick on his feet. If it's enough to beat Chen Long, I'm not really sure. He's struggled, as we saw from the head-to-head record, 7-1, and the 7 losses all in straight games. So I think perhaps Chen Long will be able to outmaneuver him like here, but he looks really fast on his feet, and he was impressive against Janno Jorgensen and Cho Tien Tien, who on his hand has played some good matches. So to me, the biggest surprise.
Thank you.
Yeah, how much of that do you think is the fact that he's now working with Rashid Sadek, the Malaysian coach, who's
3, 1.
working with a club now in Malaysia, Rashid Sadek?
It's very, very difficult to say, but of course, when you leave your association, you sort of gain some motivation that you perhaps were lacking a little bit because you had the security of being part of a team, and if you didn't win this week, you probably would the next or something like that. But I think Tommy Sugiarto's got a very, very demanding playing style. So he will be prone to injuries, and therefore we probably will see him have some dips in his performance. But when he's totally fit and at his best, he's among the top 10 players on this circuit, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's actually had to withdraw from 4 tournaments this year, Tommy Sugiarto, because of those injury problems.
Yeah.
And mainly, I understand, bad back.
Yeah. So the obvious idea is to sort of develop his playing style a little bit, so he's not so dependent on his physical shape.
Yeah. So by that, do you mean he needs to develop more winning shots, more deception, more skills?
Yeah, more deception, sharper shots in order to sort of being able to direct the rallies. But it's not easy, and it's a process.
Yeah.
So and I guess for him it's important to get a result like this, whether it's going to be a win or a runners-up position, to sort of prove to himself and to the ones supporting him that he can still play at the highest level.
Yeah.
And of course, there's also this who's going to represent Indonesia in the Olympics. Tommy is probably the highest ranked at the moment, but there's some young players also that the PBSI, the Indonesian Association, is sort of banking on. And we also saw, I don't know the result today, but I saw that Sonny Concoro was in the final of Chinese Taipei Grand Prix. So the old boys are still fighting.
Yeah, and what do you think of Sugiarto's sort of comeback trail? I have to say I like it. The fact that he went off to the Russian Grand Prix, Vietnam Grand Prix, where he was the #1 seed in both. So, you know, he's expected to win. Okay, it's pressure. But, you know, he didn't come back immediately with all Super Series events. He wants to get used to winning again.
Yes, and I think exactly that is a brilliant idea. I mean, if you've... Sorry. If you've not experienced a lot of wins over a period of time, your self-confidence eventually is damaged. So you need to rebuild it, and what better way than winning matches and winning tournaments, getting used to hearing 20 match point something, and you have the shuttle yourself because it's your turn to serve. That's so important.
And you're absolutely right, because winning the Russian Grand Prix, that was his first title for 25 months since winning his only Super Series title, the Singapore 2013. So, getting back to those winning ways, hearing that, you know, and the winner is very, very important. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and I had a little look back through the record books to see whether his father, Ichuk Sugiarto, had ever won the Denmark Open, but I don't think he did. No. But Sugiarto was the first badminton player ever to emulate a parent by winning a World Championship medal. Not the same colour, but first badminton player to do so. That's now been followed up with Sung Ji-hyun.
Sin.
Yeah. Oh, challenge. That will be a wasted challenge, I fear.
He needed Sugiarto. He desperately needed that point, but I don't think he's going to get it. No. Not even close.
No.
And if it's that obvious, I think it's some kind of emotional slavery that you simply hope so much that it's out. So you're taking a challenge without really controlling your feelings and saying, okay, I was wrong. We've seen that happen a couple of times. I mean, normally Ratchanok Intanon is out of challenges by 9-4 in the first game.
Yes.
That's well played.
Lovely.
That's well played. And the problem for Tommy here is how can he actually score points against Chen Long? It's not an easy task. Chen Long. Such good shot quality.
Yes,
not only in the offense, but in defense and under a lot of pressure, like that, for instance.
Yeah, and his physicalities. Well, both these players have got incredibly strong legs.
Yeah.
But the movement with Chen Long, he moves in this crouch position. He moves low down, and he seems to be able to change direction very easily.
Look at that. It's perfectly placed, and the shot before, it seemed like Tommy was actually on his way to win that rally, and then he lost it.
Yeah.
So it's not so easy to see how he can score against Chen Long, and I mean, Chen Long being the best player at the moment, in my opinion.
Oh, good retrieval. Yeah.
We don't often talk about what Chen Long should do to score against Tommy, because Chen Long should just be Chen Long.
Yeah.
But here it actually requires all his skills regarding quality shots and patience.
Well, there is Rashid Sidek, bronze medalist in Atlanta Olympics. Well, we saw an awful lot of strapping on the shoulder in his
20
previous
seconds.
matches with Chen
20
Long.
seconds.
Doesn't seem to be quite so much strapping today. What do you think? Still obviously an issue for him.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't like the heavy, heavy strapping. Sometimes that can...
It's tough to put a strapping on the shoulder.
Yeah.
It's a very, very difficult spot to
11-5.
tape. I
Play.
had an interview after the match against Victor Axelsen yesterday where Chen Long was very polite in saying that he felt that Victor was at the same level as him. And it's a very nice gesture. I just don't think he's right. He's on the way there, but he's not there yet.
Mm. Yeah, there was another very, very strong defensive shot there from Chen Long on the backhand side, and he just virtually whipped it across court, quite flat. This one, look at that.
And that's what's a little bit easier today for Chen Long. I mean, Tommy is really, really fast on his feet, much faster than Victor, but Victor had the ankles because he's such a tall player. So his attack was a little bit more dangerous for Chen Long yesterday. So that's probably the best chance that Tommy Sugiarto has got to play long rallies and simply try to outrun Chen Long. But that's also difficult because Chen Long has such good quality in his shots, so you tend to be the one running, doing all the running.
Sugiarto changing his mind from a backhand serve to a forehand serve.
Yeah. Well played, well played.
Yeah.
I think that's a better strategy, not to go too much for winning points, just make sure that Chen Long don't score easy points than you.
7-12.
Then be in good balance to see if some unexpected opportunities should occur. Yeah, well played, well played.
It's interesting because, you know, listening to you talk, Steen, and what you've just said is the best opportunity for Sugiarto. You know, play long rallies, play patient, make sure he doesn't win any easy points and so on. That is the strategy for Tommy Sugiarto, because Tommy Sugiarto, as you said previously, hasn't got the weapons to play winning shots as much as somebody like Victor Axelsen.
He needs bigger opportunities.
Yeah, but Victor Axelsen, you wouldn't be saying that to him, would you?
Definitely not.
No, exactly. So different tactics for a different style of player,
Yeah.
and that's what's so fascinating. Yeah, that's nice.
Good. Yeah, Tommy's got really, really good speed in his legs in this tournament, and that means that if Chen Long, anyway, we talked about his quality shots and so on, but not all of them are 100% precise. So Tommy should be in balance to sort of capitalize from that and put him under pressure, because I still think, and that's why I don't agree with Chen Long yesterday, that Victor is the same level as he. I don't think Chen Long is at his best here. We saw him yesterday that he was making more mistakes than we normally see him do when we see him at a championship tournament.
Yeah.
Of course, you could argue that he was forced to make mistakes, and I buy that to some extent. But yeah, I still believe Chinese contingent is in a build-up phase.
Yeah. But not only that, after that previous rally, okay, they may have had a bit of a holiday and some heavy training, a period of heavy training before these Super Series. you know, after the World Championships. But I also saw Chen Long just move that
Yeah.
shoulder a little bit.
Yeah.
So he's carrying an injury anyway.
And probably not doing as much racket practice as he would
Yeah.
if he would be in absolutely top form. Well played.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, Tommy Sugiarto has looked really, really solid, as if he's been playing a lot of matches. I'm pretty sure he's been practicing a lot. Sure, Rashid Sidek loved the long training sessions, as his older brother, Misbun. So I think he's got a lot of ball security,
15-10.
a lot of touch that comes from spending long hours in the hall.
Yeah. Well, the opportunity to play the winning smash because he had forced a short lift. That's only double service line, isn't it? You can tell from where his feet had landed.
I love that smash because it goes to the backhand side, cross to the backhand side of Chen Long, and Tommy has the speed to move to the net if Chen Long should get that. And if he gets it, it's going to be a short pickup. On the other hand, if he uses the straight smash down Chen Long's forehand, if it's a little bit inaccurate, he's going to run across the court anyway, because Chen Long has these very good short pickups. What a great retrieval.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Look at the quality of that last defensive shot. Totally amazing.
11.
Good call.
Yeah. He only decided to leave it at the last moment there.
11.
Almost struggled to get out of the way, didn't he? Look at the body posture as he plays that next shot. Perfect control.
Well,
Serves over. 12-19. Serves over.
So game point opportunities for the defending
20.
champion.
Game point 12.
On the line. Yeah, first time, first opportunity, and Chen Long eases through the opening game in just 20 minutes.
First game.
21-12.
21-12.
The ability to use every inch of the court. Pushes to the back. Look at that guided shot across court, played to perfection. And so with it, the opening game. Well, neither of the coaches won this Denmark Open title.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, two such great players on the coaching bench. Quite unusual.
Yeah, it wasn't a Super Series back then when
No,
they were
of
playing,
course.
and on a number of occasions, some of the Asian players chose to bypass the tournament.
And that's where the Super Series has been such a wonderful innovation
Yeah,
for
it
badminton,
has.
because
It has.
all the top players are guaranteed at the Premier Super Series, and virtually all the top players want to play every Super Series anyway. There's one or two who, you know, if you're getting through to the latter stages of every single tournament, maybe you only play 10 of the 12, but, you know.
And it affects the achievements and the comparison between contemporary generation players and the older generation, because it was different. Now you need to have ranking points to enter into the World Championships. You didn't have to do that in the late 90s. You could just select 4 players from your country.
Yeah, I know.
And the world ranking was
A very different system.
and very inaccurate because of the way it was calculated. So it's just totally different. Right now, it's not totally accurate in the doubles because of the switching of combinations, but in the singles, it's a very, very good guidance of strength. If Tom is to make a comeback here, he should be able to utilize the backcourt a little bit more freely, as he's playing up against this slight drift that we think there is.
It's a good rally.
Yeah.
Yeah, good net shot. Look at the lift, though.
That's fantastic rally by Chen Long.
Yeah.
Because if he was a little bit of a lesser mover, a little bit less physical strong, this would be challenging for him. But here he just plays along.
Yeah, that was the longest
So-
rally of the match so far. Yeah, tough, grueling.
Quick lift.
Serves over.
Well, Chen Long turning back to the coach's bench as if to say, was that in? Should I have played it on my forehand side? Goodness. And again. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Two incredible defensive shots on the forehand side.
Thank you.
He couldn't control the backhand.
Four, two.
Short. Oh, he gets right. Oh. And he did that with a broken racket. Would you believe it? Plays the perfect drop shot, hits the top of the tape, trickles over, broken strings. But his defensive shot earlier in that rally was extraordinary. It was a desperately short lift from Sugiarto. He guessed that it was going to go down his backhand side, and he got it back.
3, 4.
Pulled out.
4 all.
Ooh.
That was in.
Oh, he won't. Should have challenged.
That's over. Chen, change. 5, 4.
He's Chen Long. He doesn't need challenges.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
there it is.
There's a challenge. That was clearly in my view.
Called in.
Oh, he changed now.
Oh,
I just.
so now. No, well, we've got a challenge. That was clearly in, but the line judge actually changed his mind, so we don't actually need Hawkeye. He won't waste a challenge here. So now, will Tommy Sugiarto challenge? No, Tommy Sugiarto knows it was in as well.
Yeah.
Oh, a little bit of confusion. Well,
4.
all credit to the line judge. You had made a wrong call, so he corrected himself. Well done.
Seven, 4.
Good net shot. Oh, that's magnificent, isn't it? Wonderful smash. Straight down the line. But Steen, just to emphasize the point we were making earlier about the strength and depth of the Super Series, you know, you've just had a quick look at the draw for next week in Paris, and these two players are meeting each other in the first round.
Yeah, I was actually looking to see if Chen Long was entered, if he was playing the French Open. Of course, only obliged to play the Premier Super Series, but he is entered into the tournament in Paris, and he plays Tommy Sugiarto in the first round. So
Service over.
if there's someone who are not able to watch this final, they have a chance of a rematch on Wednesday. And it just shows that, yeah, there's so much depth into badminton right now. And in my opinion, thanks to the Super Series,
Yes.
thanks to the Premier Series and the contract between the players that you have to attend the 5 premiers, that we have matches like this. One day, 1 week it's the final, the next week it's the first round.
Yeah.
So don't necessarily wait until the semifinals to buy your tickets. Come and see the first round.
9-5.
It's not going to go Tommy Sugiarto's way, and I think he knows it.
Yeah, it comes back to this point you made right at the start, that he really hasn't got
He
anything
can't
to
score.
hurt
No.
Chen Long with. Well, there you go. That's
Yeah.
proved me wrong. That's put me in my place.
Yeah, but in some ways, I think Chen Long got a little bit carried away there, letting out energy, and a good defensive shot from Tommy Sugiarto. Very, very short-lived. And perhaps also, I think Chen Long feels quite confident he's going to win this match.
Yeah. Well, with a 5-point advantage here in the second game,
Yeah.
having already won the first, it does look that way, doesn't it?
So if you're playing badminton and you have the first game 21-12, leading 11-6 in the second, you got a pretty good feeling that this is going to go your way. And that could be one of the reasons that Indonesia chose to sort of put more emphasis on the younger players. I mean, Indonesia is one of 2 or 3 countries in the world that has won most in badminton.
Yeah.
In the new era here, where since China joined and South Korea joined in the 80s, so they're not looking for runners-up spots. They're looking to win.
Yeah. And of course, the last Indonesian winner of the Denmark Open Super Series
11-6.
was 2009. Simon Santoso beat Mark Schwiebler in the final.
Where we had one of the greatest comeback in, I think, the semi-final. Mark Schwiebler beat Hafiz Hashim, being down 16-4 in the decider.
Crikey.
12-6.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, it was a nice idea. It was a good opportunity. Well, the problem for Sugiarto is that Chen Long has been getting so much back. He feels he's got to play the perfect shot to actually get the winner. Good rally. this again. You know, you just think you've got to play a better and better and better and better shot. And you have to have the mental discipline to say, no, just stick with it. Here again, Tommy Sugiarto trying to play the perfect net shot. Now, Steen, you've looked up Mark Schwiebler's match against Tashin.
I was wrong. It wasn't in the semi-final. It was in the second round. But Mark Schwiebler was behind 4-16 in the deciding game and came back to win it. Eventually went on to the final after beating none other than Chen Long along the way.
Wow.
15-6. Service over.
I do sometimes think Chen Long looks a little bit awkward with the round the head shot. I think it's his grip or something.
Yeah.
Bit of a panhandle, a frying pan handle
I think
grip.
around 2009 or something like that, I was asked by some of my Danish colleagues here whether I thought Chen Long would become a great player, and I said, no, I really can't imagine that. And I've had to take some heat for that statement later on, and I've of course had to change it because he's been a fantastic player. He is a fantastic player, but I was exactly judging by that. I didn't think he had the same smooth technique like, for instance, Bao Chunlei or Lin Dan or so.
Yeah.
But as we also discussed earlier, he has his own style, and he's sort of developed that to perfection. And it's so important to figure out, what do I have going for me? What is it that can be my assets?
Yeah.
And I think he's taking the shot quality to a totally new level.
Oh, good rally.
And as we discussed, when Lin Dan was playing Victor Axelsen, I think Lin Dan is getting beat by Chen Long during practice. I don't think it's close between them anymore.
No.
I think Chen Long wins it quite easily, and I think that hurts the self-confidence of Lin Dan. I think he should be really, really happy with the win he got in Japan, because that's it's a good result for Lin Dan. If he wants to challenge for Olympic glory one more time, I think he needs to improve.
Speed of movement?
Yeah, speed of movement, definitely speed of movement.
Yeah, because to me, he's just not as fast as he was.
And some of his steep smashes that were earlier in his career, really, really lethal. They don't have the same bite in it at the moment.
No.
So
no, but
he's got his work cut out for him. But I just read that he left the military in order to sort of focus on endorsements and so on. And somebody raised the question whether, or said that maybe he needs to decide whether he wants to win Olympic gold or do a lot of endorsements. And maybe he's already decided that he's got 2 Olympic golds back home, so they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, but I don't think, unless he was really focusing on the Rio Olympics, I don't believe he would be back on the circuit, in all honesty. But you've got to rate Chen Long as the favourite. If you had to pick a favourite right now, it'd have to be Chen Long.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, when you watch him play shots like that.
All in on Chen Long.
Yeah. You know, his movements, you've just talked about his quality of shot, and it is that quality of shot when under pressure like there. It's just fabulous.
Yeah. The question mark that there always is at the Olympics is how is he going to react, because he's not got a gold medal.
No, but he's got a medal.
He's got a medal, and the thing is that if he meets someone who's got his day, he needs to be a good player as well, and he also needs to have his day and be sort of a little bit like, oh shit, I'm playing Chen Long too early in this tournament, so I might as well give everything.
Yeah.
That could spell trouble, but otherwise I hold him as the overall favorite to win the golds.
No, he's just 3 points away from his third consecutive title here. Oh, that's nice though from Tommy Sugiarto. Still defiance from the Indonesian.
And it's easy to say now that, well, maybe the lower part of the draw wasn't so strong and so on, but we can't really say that. It's because Tommy Sugiarto's playing style is simply not fit to play Chen Long.
That's a great neck shot from Sugiarto.
12-18.
Look at that. Amazing.
What a fantastic rally! It's just a beautiful rally. It's a study in balance.
19-12.
Yeah, I thought the way he lunged forward to the net on his forehand side and kept control of the body movement earlier in the rally, it was incredible.
Total control all the rally.
Yeah. Control on his neck shot once again from the defending champion. And he's got 8 opportunities to retain his title.
And while we're seeing this replay, Chen Long is also enjoying the replay on the giant screen here in Odense. So, they played that pretty well.
Gone long. And a 4th title in total for Chen Long. A 3rd consecutive here at the Denmark Open. Yeah, #1, he says. He is quite clearly the #1 player in the world at the moment. 7 finals this year, 7 titles.
Just picks up the shuttle, gives it to the service judge.
Symmetry in the scoreline, 21-12, 21-12 in 45 minutes. And this is how it happened. Return of serve from Sugiarto, long of the back line.
Yeah.
Confirmation of how he won his 4th Denmark Open title. Chen Long, the world's best.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for the prize-giving ceremony.
So the prize presentation coming up in just a moment. Lucky Chinese fan has got the racket, the winning racket of Chen Long. before the presentation. Steen, your overall thoughts? I mean, we talked earlier about the disappointment for Denmark not having players involved on finals day.
Yeah, not a big disappointment, but the way it looked in the semi-finals, we could have hoped for 1 or 2 finals with Danish representation. Overall, a tournament with a lot of major upsets.
Yeah.
And the Koreans did well. China, 2 titles as normal.
Presented by Danisa, Superseries Premier 2015 medalists. And the runner-up from Indonesia, Tommy Sugiarto.
Well, for Tommy Sugiarto, a 4th Super Series tournament final and a 2nd Premier Super Series tournament final.
2012-21
Second best
from
for the Indonesian.
Chen
a 19th Super Series title.
The Yonex Denmark Open Trophy and medals
And
are
a 9th
presented
Premier.
by Paul-Erik Høyer, President of the BWF.
So Paul-Erik Høyer, the last man to win 3 consecutive titles here at the Denmark Open. How fitting that it is he who is presenting the medal to the man who has just emulated that and won 3 consecutive titles.
The check and mascot are presented by Betty Holst Andersen, Director of Yonex Denmark. The local gifts and flowers are presented by Morten Kibæk, Deputy Mayor of the City of Odense.
Well, it's been the 9th consecutive year that it's been held in Odense, the Denmark Open.
Ladies and gentlemen, your medalists at the Yonex Denmark Open 2015.
Yeah. Very nice to see so many of the fans stay for the prize presentation after our last final of the day. I'm sure we'll be having a quick word with the champion once again.
It's very popular here in Denmark, Chen Long.
Yeah.
So respect from the fans to stay here and cheer him on for winning this tournament. Very, very popular. Always conduct himself in a smiling, friendly way.
Yeah.
Chen Long, congratulations. 3 wins in a row here at Denmark Open for you. How does it feel to get yet another victory here in Denmark?
首先祝贺你在这次丹麦公开赛中获得第3次冠军，然后这场比赛的胜利让你感觉如何？
我觉得挺开心的吧，但我记得好像是第4次了。
Okay, he is very happy now, and as he remembered, it's the 4th time he win here.
What do you think of the audience here today?
你觉得这边的观众怎么样？
我觉得挺好的，因为每一年来到丹麦都会有一个不错的表现。 有这么多球迷为我加油，还有我们中国的球迷为我加油，我觉得挺开心的吧。期待明年还能来丹麦吧。
Yes, he said the support from the audience here is really enthusiastic. So he wants to say thank you to all the audience here, and he wants to come to Denmark next year to win. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we would love to see him back too. Yeah, 3 consecutive titles, but 4 in total
are now concluded.
for Chen Long.
Thank you for joining us.
And that means the finals day is over. It all
next
started with a thrilling mixed doubles, and Go Sung-kyung and Kim Ha-na in their first ever Premier Super Series tournament took the final 21-9 in the deciding game against a pair who have now lost in 4 consecutive Denmark Open finals, Ahmad and Nasir. Then the women's doubles never happened because a walkover was given to the qualifiers Jung and Xing, who became the first winners of this women's doubles title, their first ever Super Series title against the world and Olympic champions. Then men's doubles, and in their third consecutive final together, Lee Yongdae and Yu Young-sung won their third consecutive Super Series title in a row, following on from Japan, Korea, and now Denmark. They really have hit very, very good form. And then it was Lee Shuirui, the defending champion and Olympic champion. She was just too good for PV Sindhu, who today appeared in her first ever Super Series tournament final. And as we've just seen, Chen Long, well, he is undoubtedly the best player in the world at the moment, winning the final against Tommy Sugiarto, his third consecutive title here for Chen Long, his fourth in total. Well, as I say, that concludes the Denmark Open. The tour moves on to Paris next week for the French Super Series. We will be back with quarterfinal action from Paris, but in the meantime, from all of us here in Odense, thanks for your company. Bye for now.
Serves over.